Hello class, and welcome to the Geographer's Craft. This is going to be lab exercise 2, and this is the second part of this lab. So what we did first is we went into the census data and pulled out data from Texas. Now we're going to the U.S. Geological Survey. So what we wanted to do, so we stay in Google Chrome, is to copy it, paste it, so go here, paste it, and then we're going to go to search, and we're going to pick state, Texas, and then populated places, and send query. Okay, and then once this comes up here, as you can see, this is data from Texas and all classified as populated places. Okay, and another important part is we have latitude and longitude, but these are in degrees, minutes, and seconds. So what we're going to do is save this as a pipe delimited file, save link as, and this may take a second as well. Okay, and then once this screen pops up right here, I'm going to save it on my desktop. You can save it elsewhere. I'm going to save it as a USGS PPL, so populated place. Let's go to save here. Okay, so once we're here, once we have that saved, we're going to go to Access. Then with Access, we're going to use a similar tool, which is going to be External Data, Import Text File. Now let's go find that file, USGS PPL, and hit OK. Then we're going to go to Delimited, where we are going to use these pipes as what separates it. Okay, so last time in the first lab we used 1. Now we're going to hit this backdash shift, and that is going to pull this up. That's a pipe right there. It's right under the backspace. We get first row contains field names, and then we're going to the quotations. Okay, then we're going to hit finish here, and then once we're here, what we can do is this. Once we're here, is we're going to do what makes Access so helpful. Is we go to Query Design. Now we want to join Table 1. That's where all of our Texas data is, and then we want to join U.S. populated places. Okay, so we have these two here. Let's close this. Once we have these two, let's open them up so they're easier to see. Now the only things that we're interested in are the names and the latitude and longitudes. Now let's do this first. Is if we drag that over there, it's going to be connected by name. So they're going to overlap these two here. Now, for what I want shown on our table is name. Just to double check, we'll put feature name right next to it. Latitude, longitude, and then latitude, longitude. Okay, once we have these 6 things that we need and it's linked, let's hit run. Now this should come up as query 1. So the first thing we want to do is to save this. So save it as query 1 right here. As you can see, we have the name and the feature name with which match, and then we have the latitude and longitude in decimal degrees, and the latitude and longitude in degrees, minutes, and seconds. So what I'd like to do next is go to export to Excel. So we're going to export query 1 to Excel, and it's going to be in an Excel workbook. So let's put this in the desktop, right? Hit OK. Okay, so we're good here, and then what we do next is we're going to pop up Excel, and we're going to go to a different place, do from Access, and then on the desktop, make sure that it's all files, and here it is right here is query 1. Okay, so query 1, let's open this up here, right here. Boom. And this is what we have here, okay? So we have all this data here, right? The names, latitude, longitude in degree decimals, and then we have latitude and longitude in degrees, minutes, and seconds. So what I wanted to do here is we go to latitude in minutes, or sorry, latitude, just the degrees, right? The latitude minutes, and the latitude in seconds. And then we do the same thing here with longitude, degrees, longitude, minutes, and then longitude, seconds. Okay? And then after this, we're going to do latitude, DD, and then longitude, DD. Okay? So this is how we're going to put in our formulas like we did in the first lab. Okay? So what we're doing here is the equals value mid. Okay? Now this is a little bit different here since there's no negative in front. We're looking for this right here, which is E2, and I'd type it in, that works better sometimes. E2, and the starting number is going to be 1, and the number of characters is 2. To do that, and we got the latitude degrees out of there. Okay? Now we're going to do this same thing here with the value, the minutes. So value mid, and then once again this is E2. Now this is, we're going to start with the third, and then we go to 2. See how that works? Boom. Okay, let's just double check. 33 degrees, 34 minutes, and now we're going through seconds. Now, in the last one, what we had is it was a little bit more difficult because it was point seconds. So there were decimals of these seconds. That is no longer a problem here, so we go to equal value mid right here, okay? The starting number is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? So we got E2, 5, 2. Okay? Now just double check these, but what happened right here is we have all of this drawn out, right? Okay, so let's do this one first. Let's do longitude in that same way. And then we will use the value that we used from the last lab. Okay, mid. And then now we have a different one, so we're going to do F2. Now this is a little bit more complicated. The first one is 1, but then if you see here we have 094 or 106. So we need to go 3. Okay, since it is going to be 3 places that we're taking. All right, so that gives us all these here. You guys got that? And now we're going to equals again, value mid, and now we go to the 1, 2, 3, 4 place value. So F2, 4, 2. Okay, so this looks like it's going pretty well here. We keep pulling these out, and we're also going back constantly and just making sure that what we did was correct. So value mid, and then from this here we are taking the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 6 F2, 6, 2. Okay, so let's double check these here. Looks like that's good. 35, so we have 99 degrees, 25 minutes, and 35 seconds. That looks pretty good. So all of these values look good here. So we're back up here. So now this is where we're going to finish the lab. This is what we're looking at the end here. Is we have these in latitude decimal degrees, and we want to turn these into also latitude and longitude in decimal degrees, but we want to see how close these centroids are, right? So last time we used a sine value, but that's going to mess this one up. So this right here, this latitude is going to be positive. So this isn't necessary because it's already positive, but just so you're thinking about it, we're going to do 1 times, okay? So it's going to stay positive, obviously. Now, what we do here is, since we're doing latitude, is we do latitude of G2 plus, and it's going to be H2 divided by 60 plus I2 divided by 3,600. Okay? Let's make sure that looks good. Oh, I messed a couple things up there. No, that actually Looks good. That looks good. So let's hit this. That's what we got. So let's just double check. These should be pretty close. So as you can see, these are close. Both of these decimal degrees, but they're a little bit off. So you can tell the centroid that each place chose as the center of their populated places are just a little bit different. Okay, so next what we're doing here is we are going to go to longitude decimal degrees. And as you see here, these are negative. These are not listed as negative, which is a mistake. All of these should be negative. So let's go to times -1 right here, just to make sure they're all negative. And the negative here means east, since it is going to be east of the 0 degrees, which is in Greenwich, England. And it is east of that, so it is going to be negative. Sorry, times, and then we're going to use that same equation we used before, but this time we use different places. So we're going to use this is J2 plus K2 divided by 60 plus L2 divided by 3,600. Okay, so we got these here. Let's just double check that and hit enter, see what happens. Okay, good. So we can double check these now, and again we're looking here at the longitude decimal degrees, and they look pretty similar now to the ones here, but you can obviously tell that the places where they are in the center are just a little bit off. Okay, so once you have this lab here, you can save it, and then save it with your last name, your lab, and then turn it into Blackboard. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you next time.